So we watched the second to last ever episode of Deadwood.
The penultimate episode.
Yep, the Catbird Seat.
Which isn't a very good title.
It's a terrible title. Well, Deadwood specialises in great episodes with terrible titles. You've got Jewel's Boot is Made for Walking.
Yeah.
Which is a stunning episode with an abysmal title. Requiem for a Gleet.
Yeah.
Which is amazing but awful. But yeah, so you want to summarise the Catbird... What is the Catbird Seat? Why is it called the Catbird Seat?
I have no idea.
God knows.
Don't know.
Maybe that was maybe that's what the intern suggested to get a writing
credit.
Maybe,
yeah.
But yes, anyway, do you want to briefly summarise the Catbird Seat?
Yeah, I mean, this episode is kind of big spoilers. This episode, everything that happens stems from one kind of cataclysmic event, which is the shooting of beloved Deadwood resident Ellsworth, who's kind of been in and out of the series. Well, in season 1, and then he became a main character in season 2 and in season 3. He's shot by one of Mr. Hurst's men because Mr. Hurst's got a beef against him. Yeah. Apparently their paths have crossed before, and he just keeps fucking him over. And also, he wants something to kind of scare Palmer to surrender the gold claim, which he's been after kind of all this time. It's kind of like the final key in him getting complete control over Deadwood. And everything that happens kind of, all the scenes and all the moments kind of stem from what happens after that. Yeah. Oh, and you have some shit with the theatre troupe that nobody cares about. Yeah, no one cares about that. That's just, to be fair, there is only there's one scene dedicated to them really. The rest of it, I mean, I actually thought that Brian Cox was utilised really well in this episode. Yeah, I'll come on to Brian Cox's character. Yeah. But yeah, the bits where the scene at the beginning with the theatre troupe woman is fairly poor. But she wants to leave. She wants to leave even though we don't really know who she is or any kind of... Why she really wants to leave or... It just doesn't need to be in there. If it was cut, the episode would... I do like the bit where she walks down the stairs and talks to Richardson. Oh, that's good, yeah. That's good, because Richardson is a great... The sadly dearly departed Richardson, whoever played him, The actual guy who played him was called Richardson. Oh, right, okay. Apparently he was just a set designer who David Milch thought was interesting looking. Had an interesting look to him, yeah. Yeah, but yeah, so that's good, but yeah, other than that, it's rubbish. Anyway, you were continuing to summarise? The kind of the Deadwood residents have to work out how they're going to respond to the shooting of Ellsworth. Yeah. Bork is off campaigning Sturgis. To become sheriff because now Deadwood's becoming part of America. It was quite interesting that this cataclysmic event happens on the eve of these elections. You know, an official government sanctioned elections. And you have the death of one of the mainstays of the characters. In response to the shooting of Ellsworth, there's a lot of tension about who's going to respond and how they're going to do it. And in a kind of a fun, unexpected twist, it's actually Trixie who picks up the gun and decides to kind of go for Hurst for doing what he did. She gets her tits out, which is quite mystifying at first. Yes. You're a bit like, okay. Well, okay, I guess that's just because of the wind or something. But no, she do get to kind of be alluring and attractive to Hurst and kind of catch him off guard. Also, it would mean that the men who are guarding him would be staring at her breasts rather than the gun that she has in her hand. Yeah. Yes, and also Hurst doesn't know who did it because he didn't look at her face, he only saw her body. Because she also pulls her skirt up. So he doesn't know who's done it at this point, which may play into the next episode, or may not, but clearly will based on the way I'm talking. Yeah. But yeah, so Trixie shoots Hurst in the shoulder, so unsuccessfully shoots him. Yeah. And then the other characters have to kind of deal with how they're going to deal with Hurst's reaction to being shot. Yeah. And that's pretty much it. Yes, another episode where it's more contemplative, but one that I think works a lot better than... Well, first, what did you think of the episode? Oh, I loved it. I thought it was a great episode. It's great, yeah. I really liked the kind of... I liked the varied reactions and what you do in the face when you find out someone's died. Yeah. It's always really it is really awkward. You don't know whether to just be sad or kind of broody or kind of just have a bit of a laugh and cheer yourself up. No one quite knows how to react. And I quite like how this episode kind of picks up on all the different reactions of how somebody died.
Yeah.
So obviously Alma is, she's upset and she's devastated, she's crying. While the little girl Sophia, she's been more reserved.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's more kind of misses him. Charlie is the best. He doesn't quite know what to do because he doesn't really know Ellsworth, but he knows he needs to be respectful of the situation.
Yeah.
So he kind of just stands around for Jem, kind of brooding and looking a little bit awkward, and then basically Al's guys like, come on, sit down, have a drink with us, and we'll have a little joke to cheer ourselves up. And it's all the kind of like nice ways that people kind of come together to get through these awful, difficult situations.
Yeah.
So I really, really liked the episode's approach to all kind of varied reactions to the death of Ellsworth. I thought that was really sweet.
Yeah.
A nice tender moment as well between Al and Alma.
Yeah.
Which you never thought would happen based on
season one. He's trying to murder her the entire season.
Where he looks after her and gives her kind of hospitality in the gem.
Yeah.
And the one thing about the episode I didn't really get, which maybe we can clarify, was what was the deal with Sai?
With Sai,
like ripping the dresses of
that plays into. There's a really clever thing with Sai in the next episode.
I was a little bit mystified why he was ripping the dresses of the halls and stuff and shouting at them.
It's to show how angry he is about. It's really. I read an interesting article actually about Powers Booth saying that his role at this point is quite meta, because Powers Booth was really, really seriously ill, obviously during series 1. 2 he improved and he was supposed to die during the end of season 2, but now he sort of hangs around like a ghost.
Oh yeah.
He's just there and but it's to show how he's sort of like Hearst's number 2, but he's not happy about the fact that Hearst has killed Ellsworth.
Yeah.
Like if you remember back to season 1, Ellsworth was hanging around the gem. And he has like a sort of cordial relationship with Sai. Yeah. It's to show that even though Sai, who was really the villain of season 1, and who represents sort of the dark heart of Deadwood, even he is mystified and angry of why Hearst would try and kill Ellsworth. It's to show that Hearst has transgressed even more. Like the last few episodes of season 3 are all about how the town comes against Hearst, how he transgresses too far, and how that's supposed to be a metaphor on sort of community and how everyone comes. Like I thought the main achievement of this episode was about just how close everyone has gotten. Like you almost got every single main character in this episode.
I really like. There's a really nice little scene which the characters which aren't kind of directly involved in Ellsworth, but it's a really nice scene in the schoolhouse.
Oh yeah.
Where they played Duck Duck Goose with Calamity Jane.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a really, really nice little scene.
Yeah.
And there's even just nice little scenes, even really short, like 10-second scenes where there's no dialogue. What's his face? Saul and Trixie are kind of just laid in bed together, not saying anything, just staring off into space. And there's lots of little shots like that where there's no dialogue. The characters are just kind of just staring off into space, not quite knowing what to do. Or
there's a great last. The final shot I thought were amazing. Where you've got like Al, he goes out of frame, he walks up from seeing Mr. Wu, walks out of frame, comes back in, and it's just this really close. It's like like an extreme close up of him drinking, and just in his eyes you can see like him trying to think of what to do next. Just you get a lot of great little shots like that.
Yeah.
Where it's just characters thinking or reacting and things, but it works really well because obviously the characters are so well defined at this point. We now know how they would react to the death of Ellsworth. And just a really nice. It felt really, even though it had a horrific scene in it of obviously Ellsworth getting killed. It felt quite warm.
Yes, yeah.
Like the characters actually comforting each other and coming together as a community. Also, it was really good to see an episode of season 3 which utilised sort of how far we're into Deadwood at this point. Like this would never have obviously been able to do in series 1, where people were killed quite a lot, but it didn't have as much weight as it does now. Yeah, we can see now how all the characters coming together so like that's what season 3 really could have been. Like like this, every character working as long, the body politic or whatever it's called, where every character is just acting as one unit. Some great EB stuff I thought.
That's what this season's been. Amongst many things, that's what this season's been lacking, is some really great EB moments.
Yeah.
And this one had loads of them.
Yeah.
Where like at first he pretends to be the one that shot Hearst. I shot and killed Hearst. Yep. They changed to, I shot and wounded Hearst. Trixie shot and killed Hearst. Trixie shot and wounded Hearst, but he's not dead. And then I was like, Well, we might as well not fucking have been shot at all then, right?
Yeah.
That was great. I really liked that.
It was, the stuff with Evie was great. I love the, I think it's probably the best doc scene. The one where the doc is talking to Alma about Ellsworth being killed and why it's important that Sophia sees the body so she can move on.
Oh yeah,
that was amazingly well acted by is it Brad Dourif?
Brad Dourif,
that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
Because he's been
absent this season.
He's been slowly dying.
Yeah.
This season with his cough, but it's great to see him brought back in again and have some direct interplay.
I wonder if Brad Dourif have some commitments to other projects.
Like
Lord of the Rings or something.
Lord of the Rings had finished years before, I think.
Not like years, I think it was
2006, no 7 this would have been, so yeah,
2007. No, fair, I thought it was like more early 2000s.
No, Deadwood didn't premiere until 2004 or 5. Yeah, this is 2007 we're looking at now.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe he had to do a theatre production.
Oh, maybe, yeah. Anyway, the dog's been conspicuously missing and I've missed him.
Yes. But yeah, great little scene in this one. Any other thoughts you've got on the Catbird Seat?
Not particularly.
No.
I don't know how this is going to end.
No. Has this shaken what you think now will happen in the ending?
Not. I don't know. No. It's all going to come. I'm hoping. It might be a big battle at the end. I don't know. I mean, Deadwood's probably a little bit smarter than that. And if we were to do a big battle, I imagine it would be quite cleverly done.
Okay. No idea.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
No idea how it's all going to end.
What would you give the Catbird Seat out of 10?
9.
Yeah, it's very, very good.
It's very good. Yeah.
It's really it's borderline great. Really, it's another classic sort of. I wouldn't say it's a classic episode of Deadwood, but it's great. It's just great.
It's television. Great television. Yeah.
It's just But yeah, 9 out of 10. Great episode, and stay tuned for the last episode, the last ever. See how it all ends. Do you think they're building it up? Like, do you think there is a way for it to end? Because obviously it's not just a season finale; it's a series finale.
Yeah, that's it.
Do you think it will end in a way that will leave you satisfied? Because we've only got 45 minutes now to wrap everything up.
That's it, 45 minutes to wrap all these characters I've known to love. Just about having it is cancelled, I don't think any ending is going to be as satisfying as I want it to be.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of the things I accepted when I started watching Deadwood. I know it was cancelled, I know the ending's not going to be as satisfying as I want it to be. I'm just going to have to take it for what it is.
Yeah. Whatever that is.
Whatever that is. I'm just going to take it for what it is, and I mean, like I said, I would have been happy if Deadwood ended at season 2.
Yeah.
I'd have been more than happy if Deadwood ended with season 2. I felt, everything that needed to be done was completed.
Yeah.
So Deadwood season 3, the great moments are just extras for me.
Yeah.
Really fun, just like great little moments. Oh, that was it. Yeah. One of the things I want to mention about this thing, one of the biggest highlights of season 3 for me, one of the best additions I think, is Jack Langrish.
Yes.
Brian Cox. He breathes new life into everything.
Yeah.
I love how kind of flamboyant he is, but he's not like irritating.
No.
He's not like the other theatre troupe members who are just kind of dandyish.
Yeah.
I like Jack Langrish, and it's one of the greatest shames that we never got to explore his character.
Yeah.
As much as hopefully maybe from what we talked about with what could have happened in series 4,
yeah,
we could have learned a lot more about Jack Langrish as a character. But Brian Cox acts the hell out of it, and in this episode, I really like his role. He knows what's gone down, and he's almost like a remedy.
Yeah.
He's looking to kind of cheer people up and to get them to see things from a different perspective, and he's become an important, integral part of the town.
Yeah.
He's almost like he's almost like a narrator. He's kind of like watching from afar and just dropping in every now and then and helping the guys out, and then going off and doing something else. But Brian Cox acts the hell out of it. So, but above and away, my favourite addition to Deadwood season 3 is Jack Langrish, even though that means the theatre troupe comes along with them.
Yeah.
I think Jack's character's great, and one of the shames that they never got to explore him as much as we could have done.
Yeah. As you say, he's just Brian Cox just phenomenal in it, and what a great it's really interesting because he is he's probably the most outwardly flamboyant character in a very flamboyant show.
Yeah.
Like the dialogue, but he doesn't. like the other guy is an interesting counterpoint to this. You know the other theatre troupe member who talks like that and he waves his arms about.
Yeah.
Like that's how it could have been done really badly if he was just in scenes and didn't gel at all. But just the way it all gelled together. Like the handling of tone of this episode was really great and all.
Yes.
Like you cut from the bit where Ellsworth dies to a scene which is like a jokey scene.
Yeah.
Where Al's trying to read the paper. And he can't do it because Merrick is interrupting him. Any other show wouldn't have handled that tonal shift anywhere near as well, because it's obviously going from this horrible sort of moment to like a lightly funny scene.
And that's like you're having this kind of funny moment. I mean, you as the audience know that oh god, this is all going to be ruined soon when we find out that Ellsworth has died. So it kind of makes the impact even greater.
Yes.
But so that's a little throw out to Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the end of the review of the Catbird Seat.